Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning, Miss Angie.
It's time for our listening and learning lesson. I want to remind you, while Miss Angie's teaching, you need to have on your good listening body. Your hands should be in your lap. Your eyes should be on your teacher. And your bodies should be super still. Please put on your good listening body.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good job. First thing we're going to do is we are going to look at this plant and we are going to talk about the parts. Griffin, can you tell us the parts of the plant while Miss Angie points to them?
Root.
Roots. Very good job. Those are the roots.
Stem.
That is the stem.
Leaves.
Those are the leaves. You are correct. And what is the last part at the top?
Flower.
That is the flower. High five, Griffin. I love the way you labeled all those parts of the plant. We've been learning about plants. We've been learning about the parts of the plant as well as the job of the parts of the plant. Last week, we talked about the plant growth cycle. What happens first, what happens next, what happens then, and what happens last. Good job. I heard someone say last. We talked about that. Today, our end in mind. Our end in mind is part of our what, boys and girls? Plan. Our end in mind, our plan is that today we are going to sequence the plant growth cycle. That means we're going to take all the parts, all the stages of a seed growing into a plant. We're going to put them in order, and we're going to use our strong voices to talk about that order. By the end of today's lesson, you're going to be an expert in describing the plant growth cycle. Last week, we read a story. Does anyone remember the name of our story? Oh, I have so many volunteers. Mariah, what is the name of the story we read last week?
Sunflower House.
Sunflower House. You are correct. That is the title. Sunflower House. Mariah, do you remember what this story was about?
First, his dad said it has to round in a circle, and next, he put seeds in it.
He did put those seeds. Do you remember what happened to those seeds? What happened to those seeds after we planted them in the ground? Did they grow something?
Sunflower.
It grew some sunflowers. Thank you, Mariah, for telling us about this story. It was about a little boy who grew sunflowers. After we read that story, we looked at our flip book. And in our flip book, it taught us just how the growth process happens. It taught us what happened first, next, then, and last. So we're going to look up here, and I want you to have your eyes on Miss Angie and your ears listening, because Miss Angie is going to review what happens. First, we take a seed and we sow it in the soil. Jorian, what does it mean to sow a seed?
You put it in the ground.
Correct. You put it in the ground. Thank you for answering that question for me. You are correct. To sow means to put it in the ground. What does sow mean? To put it in the ground. That's first. Next, the roots emerge. Great job participating. The roots emerge from the seed. Isabella, can you tell us what it means to emerge?
Come out.
To come out. Boys and girls, class, oh class.
Yes, oh yes.
What does it mean to emerge?
Come out.
To come out. So that happens next. Then those roots grow deeper and bigger. And then that seed gets pushed out and a seedling appears. That's the little part of the plant that starts to grow with the stem, and it makes tiny little leaves. Aiden, do you want to say something? What do you want to say? Oh, that's the next step. Good job. You are being proactive. You're thinking ahead. You know what's going to happen next. those little tiny leaves appear. And can I get a drum roll? Drum roll, let's see what happens last. Jaquaven, drum roll. Let's see what happens last. Last, the flower appears. Aiden, your prediction was correct. Last, the flower appears. Miss Angie reviewed it all for you. Now, I'm going to need some friends to help me. We are going to use our cards, and we're going to talk about what happens first, next, then, and last. So I'm going to use fish sticks, and I'm going to get some friends to help me. Number 14, come see. Grab a card. Grab anyone you want. You're going to be my helper. Very good job. Let's see. Next is going to be number 11. Number 11, come grab a card. My next friend, number 2. Very good job. And my last friend, number 13. Okay, I need you to look at your cards. I need you to look at your cards. Who has the card that shows what happens first? If you have the card that shows what happens first, look at your card. My friends are helping. If you have the card that shows what happens first, raise your card up high. If you have the card that shows what happens first, Evelyn, do you have the card that shows what happens first? Awesome. So I need you to come stand right here at first. Very good job. Let's see who's left. Who's left? Look at your card. Who has the card that shows what happens next? Very good job. And you are in the correct spot. Who has the card that shows what happens after that? What happens then? Very good job, Jaquaven. Y'all just ended up in the right spots. And Serenity, what does your card show? A flower. That's what happens last. So I want you to scoot over just a little bit closer to Jaquaven. Thank you. Hold your cards up still. And I want my friends on the carpet to help me. We're going to use the words first, next, then, and last. We're going to use those words, and we are going to describe the plant growth cycle. So I need all of you guys to help me. If y'all get stuck, I will help you. I'm going to start by saying first. Now, can y'all help me? What happens first? First, you put the seed in the ground. Very good job. What do we call it when we put that seed in the ground? We say that we sow the seed. Very good job. My friends are holding the cards. Y'all can talk if y'all want to. We did first. Now we're going to do next. So we're going to say next. Everyone say it with me. Next. What happens next? I want to hear you. The root emerges. I love that vocabulary word. What did we say that emerge means? To come out. Great job. So that root emerges. We did first. We did next. Then what happened? Started off with then. Then
the plant grows. The plant grows.
What?
And it had little leaves, and they growed it more, and more roots emerged it.
Oh, I love those answers. I heard they grow more little leaves. I heard that more roots emerge. I heard Jackson say those things. That was awesome. I heard Isabella say that it pushes the seed out. It does. That seedling pushes the seed out. And Emma Paul, what were you saying?
I was about to say it pushed out.
You were about to say it pushes it out. So I heard then more roots grow deeper. I heard more roots emerge. I heard the seedling pops out and it grows tiny leaves. Great job. Let's look at our last card. And I want everyone to say last with me. Last.
The leaves grow bigger
Awesome.
They have roots and they have roots and then the stem.
Oh, tell me about that stem.
And the stem holds it straight.
Thank you, Jackson, so much. I heard lots of friends telling me that more roots emerge, the flower grows, the leaves get bigger, and that stem holds it straight. Very good job. I want everyone to put their hand in there, give themselves a big, big pat on the back. Great job. Thank you to my helpers who helped sequence them and put them in order. Thank you, Jaquave, and thank you, Serenity. And thank you to the boys and girls on the carpet who helped us.